I notice in life that I tend to assume the worst a lot of the time. I tend to prepare for the worst outcome in situations, in things in the future, in whatever it is. That's not how you should live. It's not how you should experience your life. Don't experience your life assuming the worst. Never assume the worst. Always assume the best. Always think that the best outcome is the one that's going to happen. When you assume the worst, you are manifesting that negative outcome. You have already decided in your head that that's what's going to happen. So you subconsciously make things happen that lead to that negative outcome. If you assume the best, you go into life, you move forward in life confidently because you know or you think that good things will happen to you instead of bad ones. If you think that good things will happen to you, good things will happen to you because you constantly are looking for opportunities. You're constantly looking for things to appreciate, for things to happen that are positive instead of negative. When you look for the negative, you'll find the negative. If you look for the positive, you'll find the positive. So always think positively, always assume the best. Always assume the best. Because when you assume the worst thing will happen. It will happen because you have programmed your mind for it to happen. You have programmed your mind for the good thing not to happen. So just stop assuming the worst in situations in your life. Stop assuming the worst in life in general, because when has it ever actually brought you any good? The main excuse people have for assuming the worst, for just having that negative mindset that in which they assume the worst, is that they're preparing for the worst. They're preparing for every situation. That's simply not true. You're always prepared for situations. You're always as prepared as you're going to be. So prepare for the best, because if you prepare for the best, that's most likely to happen. It's most likely to happen because you have that thought in your mind that it's going to go well, and then it will go well, because that's just how life works. The people who think positively, the people who want things to happen well, it happens to them. The good thing happens to them. So stop thinking negatively and reinforcing these patterns, reinforcing these habits in which the good thing never happens to you. Just try and think positively from now on and see what happens, because I promise you, your life will go in a positive direction rather than you just always thinking the worst and assuming the worst. Also, when you assume the worst, you're suffering twice. When you assume the worst, you're suffering an extra time. So imagine you're in a basketball game. You're trusted to take the last shot, right? You're trusted to take the last shot, and you think you're going to miss it. You're suffering in your head. You think you're going to miss it. You're suffering in your head. You think you're going to miss it. And when you miss it, you've suffered twice. You suffered when you thought it was going to happen, and then you suffered when it happened. Also, maybe there's a girl you want to ask out. If you suffer and act like you're going to get rejected before it happens, you're suffering in your mind. It's also prolonging you doing it. You're procrastinating it because you think the worst thing is going to happen. You suffer over and over and over again in your mind rather than just doing it, assuming it's going to go the best, going in with confidence because you're assuming the best. And then if the bad thing happens, you didn't have control over it. You did your best. And if the good thing happens, you suffered 0 times. You suffered not at all. Or you just suffered once with the thing that actually happened rather than the image you're making up in your head. You're running these situations, these negative situations in your head and making them actually happen because you can't think anything else. You can't think anything else. You're running these negative situations in your head. You You can't keep thinking negatively like this and thinking your life is going to go well. When has someone successful ever been like, I was just thinking negatively the whole time? They weren't. They were hard on themselves. They were disciplined, but they never thought negatively. They always thought they were going to make it. They always thought they were going to be successful. So just stop thinking negatively. Just stop assuming the worst thing will happen, because if you do, it will happen. But if you assume the best, you never know. You never know if the good thing is going to happen. So stop suffering twice. Stop assuming the worst. Believe in yourself. And I believe in you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.